don't know, this is almost an unrelated topic, but the thing with like love and how the unconditional love from parent to child is like such a unique thing, because for some reason people have such a hard time understanding or having any experiencing genuine any kind of proper joy or peace in their lives where they have that like, which basically means to have that kind of unconditional just love for anything else. So it's like that's the only thing getting people through their lives all the time. Why attachment to wanting to be like attachment to children, attachment to wanting to have a child, the constant like need to almost that animalistic instinct to reproduce or whatever it is that people constantly refer back to, like all the different ways you can look at just a parent or a person wanting to grow up and have a kid. Like that whole cycle is just entirely out of attachment, but attachment not in like the just addiction sense, but attachment like if there's only one real element or sequence of events in life that you're going to find the only time that you will ever be truly at peace and like in existing as love is by having a child, because then you have that unconditional thing. If that's the only thing in one's life and in all the lives of the people around them in this world that is ever in that pure peace state, then it makes sense that people would be drawn to that. So it turns into attachment because it's out of attachment because we don't know that's happening, and it's just like misery and bleh, whatever. But
it's like
it's there.
We need so another word of attachment for that specific kind of attachment, you know.
Yeah. Well, it would be just a natural draw and out of peace. But because of coming from this place where out of misery, because people are just miserable piles, they go to that from the miserable place, and that's why they can't understand, or like to have a kid would be like, I'm gonna have an unconditional love for this thing so I can understand it very deeply and like innately within myself, like inherently, so my existence itself is love, and I'll see that through having this child and that relationship and that unconditional love, so that I can be like, oh, okay, that's what it's like. How do I do that with existence and anything else, and hopefully more than just another thing. And that's then, like, all the things. That's the only reason that it should ever be done. But it's not done that way.
I was saying to a friend that every, like, a relationship, if say someone dies, what did you get out of that relating? And if you don't apply anything that you experienced or learned from relating to that other person, then that whole relationship, it didn't even matter. It didn't exist. Like, it was a total piece of garbage. If you didn't apply anything, if you didn't learn anything, that's like, you know, I have a child and this is, you know, what I'm learning from the child. And then if the child, say, is, you know, just, you know, like, the child lives their life, doesn't matter what the child does, you ought to apply that stuff. Otherwise,
what was the point?
Why the child? It's like you didn't even have the child.
Yeah.